hello. This is Anthony Conte, Carolina Garrison, Merchandise and Branding Officer. We're doing the next session of the Command Q&A sessions here in Iceland. I'm here with 2/3 of the Icelandic outpost. Introduce yourself.
Introduce me. Hi, I'm Hilver, CEO of the Icelandic Outpost.
And I'm Tommy.
Soon to be EXO.
Yeah.
We have one member that's not able to join us tonight, but we're going to be doing the first question, and we're going to allow these two gentlemen to answer it. First question comes from Aaron Jeffers. Is there anything from the upcoming Episode 8, Battlefront 2, or Han Solo movie you look forward to being added to the CRL, the Costume Reference Library?
Well, I just saw pictures today from Battlefront 2. What was it? Inferno Squad.
Yep, Inferno Squad.
Which seems to be a mashup of TIE Fighter and Stormtroopers. I think I'd like to see that one.
It could be interesting.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what the Imperial is going to look in the upcoming Han Solo movie. Are we going to see the old TK or a little bit different?
Yeah, because they've made slight changes on a lot of the armor.
Mm-hmm. Really fun to see.
Yeah, so we've got some good ones to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the rest of these questions will be answered from various locations throughout Iceland, and thanks for watching. Next question comes from Matt Cohen, who asked, how difficult was it to make my Bith costume? I'd say the person that had all the difficulty was the artist that actually made the latex mask and hands. I'm sure that was quite a bit of work for them, but for me it was as simple as just ordering it. I did have to make a few modifications on the chef's jacket with the Mandarin style collar and make a few modifications on the buttons, but everything else on that costume is relatively simple. Yes, the actual instrument can be a little bit of work, but relatively speaking, it's actually a pretty easy costume to put together. Next question comes from Matt Cohen. It's, if you could pick only one costume character to be, who would it be and why? While I love being a TK because it's so easily and widely recognizable, I think if I had to pick just one, I would go with my classic ANH TIE Pilot. It's the first one I built, my first approval, and I love it the most. Thanks. Next question comes from Brian Dudas. How much do you enjoy collecting and trading patches? That's a great question. I absolutely love collecting and trading patches. It's one of my favorite side activities of being in the 501st. But one thing that I enjoy trading and collecting more than patches is trading and collecting Legion trading cards. That's my real passion when it comes to collecting. So if I don't have your cards, send me some. Eric Leitner asks, if I had a group of friends that were in the 501st and we had a group text message, would I put it on Do Not Disturb because the group never stops texting? Yes. And Eric asked that question because he already knows the answer because he's part of that group. And it is on Do Not Disturb because the messages at times can be never ending. Curtis Smith asks, exactly how many patches do you have and what is your ultimate plan for displaying them? Since I'm not home, I can't tell you exactly how many patches I have, but it's somewhere in the ballpark of 800, which might sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of Legion patch collecting, I'm actually one of the low-ranking patch collectors. There's many members that are 4,000 plus patches in their collection. As far as displaying them, I really don't display them. I have bins full of all my patches, and they're all organized and sorted by garrison, detachment, and some just however they need to go. and I display a few that I have on vests, and that's really the extent of my display. Next question is from Jason Boyd, who asks, what are some of my favorite experiences that I've had since trooping with the 501st? That's a pretty tough one because there's been several. Some of my favorites are definitely Star Wars Celebration, Orlando, Anaheim. I was fortunate enough to go to Celebration London last year and had an amazing time. One of my all-time favorite troops that I miss a lot is Star Wars Weekends down at Disney. That was one of my all-time favorites to do. But then some of the other fantastic experiences that I've been pretty grateful for are some of the hospital visits and different charity type of work that we've done that have really gone to a good cause. Those really mean a lot to me. I'm glad I've had the opportunity to do those. Next question is from Fipsum Diver. Did I say that right? I don't know. But anyways, question was, where do you come up with all these merch ideas? Are you some kind of genius or something? This question made me laugh. I just make what I like and what I think other people would like, and some of it comes from suggestions from people. A lot of what I've made recently is stuff that hasn't been offered to the Garrison in a while, so I'm trying to catch up on some runs like coins and race shirts and different things like that. So if you have any ideas or anything in mind, shoot me a message and let me know. Carolina Garrison asks, do you have any Star Wars tattoos? Just one from 1994. I got a Yoda and Dagobah tattoo on the inside of my arm here. I'm not going to show it because I have too many layers on. But that is the only Star Wars tattoo that I have. I figured this was as good a place to film the final question as any. This is the black sand beaches where they filmed Planet Edu from Rogue One. Hopefully you can hear me because it's really windy. Final question comes from Aaron Jeffers, who asks, what's the weirdest thing that's happened to you while trooping? I've been thinking about how to answer this question all day, and you've got me. I'm completely stumped. I've got nothing. I can't think of a single weird thing that's happened to me, other than the usual stuff we all deal with. Okay, I'm interrupting this video because I did think of something weird that happened to me once while trooping. This was probably a year ago. I was trooping with Jordan Leitner, our public relations officer for the Garrison, and we were at a convention, but I can't remember which one. Anyways, I troop with a wireless mic setup on my TK, and so does he, kind of the same one. So I was all suited up, had my sound system turned on, and was headed out onto the event floor, and all of a sudden I heard voices coming out of my speaker, which is inside my chest box, but it wasn't mine. I wasn't talking. Somehow our radio waves got crossed between our headsets, and he was talking in his TK, and it was coming out of my speaker in my chest box. So I was a little bit confused at first, and so I figured out what was going on and quickly remedied that, because if he knew what was going on, I know he would have made that incredibly embarrassing for me. But that's probably one of the funnier and weird things that have happened to me while trooping. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video was somewhat enjoyable. Thanks to everybody for checking these out, and be sure to come back soon and see the next member of the Carolina Garrison answer their set of questions. Thanks a lot. Take care.